11 or 12 years ago, I had two students that I was working with. Their mom was very, very ill. And so I would go a lot of times on the weekends and get them to go do some things outside of their apartment just to get out of the apartment, give their mom a break. And the first time I went to pick them up, there wasn't any food in the house except for popcorn. And so we went to the grocery store and got food, but it just kind of kept nagging at me that they didn't have anything to eat outside of what they were getting at school. And so a group of teachers and I started a backpack program in our building where we were sending backpacks home with 10 families every weekend with food to support students throughout the weekend. After a few months of this, I had reached out to several food banks in our area and wasn't able to find a partnership. And then SECOR, which stands for Southeast Community Outreach, which is pretty close to our school geographically. I reached out and they were really excited to get into a school. And so we started providing food bags that year for about 100 families. And the next year, the program was named Food for Thought. They are now providing food for 1,800 children.
Our mission is to provide weekend bags of non-perishables to local children that may be on free and reduced meals at school, but not have home cooked meals over the weekend. It impacts our community by giving those children food to have over the weekend so they can come to school on Monday ready to learn instead of thinking, when is lunch?
We know as educators that when students are hungry or they're worried or have anxiety about when they're going to get their next meal, it's really difficult to focus in school. It's hard to pay attention, it's hard to learn. And so being able to provide for them on the weekends so that we can take some of that anxiety away has really helped.
There's been so many studies that kids that come to school hungry cannot learn, they cannot produce, they cannot grow, they're ill more often, they're more likely to be diagnosed with ADHD, they are more likely to have behavioral problems. If we can fill their bellies, they can focus on learning and maybe not have those behavioral problems, and they can focus on the work at hand so they can become successful adults and contribute to our society. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen a significant rise in food costs and a significant rise in need across our service area. While the service that we provide may not impact kids during the week, it does provide that weekend nutrition for them. And we plan to use the funds donated to Food for Thought in purchasing nutritious food for those children that are impacted severely through COVID-19 and that are on free and reduced lunch at school. They may be McKinney Bento students currently without permanent address, and they can have nutritious food over the weekend that they can prepare with their family. With a $25 donation, we can provide 2.5 bags of our non-perishable groceries. One bag is priced out average of $10 per bag. That provides 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, 2 dinners, and snacks for the weekend for that student and a family of 4. So $25 donation would stretch a long ways and help that student have 2.5 weekends worth of food. One of my favorite stories is from our volunteer, Sarah, who delivered to a local school, and the kids were on the playground that day when she delivered. And the little boy ran up to the fence and he said, "Hey guys, look, the food is here. The food is here. I'm so excited. I'm starving Marvin. I need that food." And it was just so touching to see him and to celebrate with him that he was going to have that bag of food to take home that Friday afternoon and would have food for his little belly, his little starving Marvin belly. And we just are so appreciative to be in this position that we can help and that we can help our local school teachers meet those needs, basic needs for these kids. And it's just an honor and a privilege to be able to serve in this way every week.